Hi everyone, today I want to give you a brief and honest review of the Olympus TG4 Tough Camera. I've been using this camera for several weeks and I just want to give you the pros and cons of the camera and who I think it's for. First off, I should let you know I've been using its predecessor, the TG2, for several years and I loved its predecessor. I beat the hell out of its predecessor. I took this thing underwater, I took it on several vacations, I've sat on it, I've dropped it, and it survived quite well. So when it came time for me to upgrade, I knew I was going to get another Olympus Tough camera. Now for me, the choice was difficult. At the current moment, it's April of 2016. There's two main choices when looking for a Olympus camera. There's the 870, which is the rugged camera with the flip-up screen that's great for taking selfies, also has that beautiful wide-angle lens. Or there's the TG4, which has a better aperture and better specs overall. Also can shoot in RAW. Originally I went with the 870 because I liked the fact that it had the wide-angle lens, and I thought, oh man, I'm going to be able to get so much more into my photos and take better selfies, because when you're on vacation, you do want to take selfies, as terrible as that is to admit. So I got the 870, but here's the problem with the 870, is the 870's aperture is just too small to take decent indoor photos, at least without the flash on, and I hate using flash. Indoor photos on the 870 are so noisy and so grainy, I just would not post them to any social media site. Which is a deal breaker for me, because I want a camera that's versatile. I want to be able to take one camera on vacation with me. So I returned the 870, I got the Olympus TG4 instead, and I'm so glad I did. Now, for indoor photos, this takes decent indoor photos. I'm not going to say it's fabulous, but this has an f2.0 lens, which is pretty darn wide, so you're able to get pretty nice indoor photos. You're able to take at a dinner party at night a group photo, and it will turn out decently. It will turn out pretty well. Now, my expectations might be a little higher than other people because I shoot on DSLR cameras most of the time. So decent for me is probably like great for other people, but I'm a little picky. So I just want to let you know. But where this camera really shines is in outdoors. And that's probably where you're going to be using it most of the time. You're probably going to be using this camera for underwater photos or when you're backpacking or hiking. You can kind of use this camera as a GoPro because it is so rugged. You can drop it from up to 7 feet. You can crush it with up to 220 pounds. You can take it down to 50 feet underwater. This thing is freeze proof. I mean, really, whatever you throw at this camera, it's going to be able to handle, which is why I love it. And it takes great photos, most importantly. The big selling point for me, besides it being rugged, is that it also shoots in RAW, which is a big deal for me. With RAW photos, you're able to get a lot more detail out of your photos in post-production. So I use Adobe Lightroom or Adobe Photoshop, and I'm really able to get those parts of the picture that are overexposed, the highlights or the lowlights, and just make them look really good. So shooting in RAW is a big plus for me. And that's one of the main reasons that I bought this camera. Now, for the downsides of this camera. One of the downsides for me, and pretty much the only downside honestly, is that it has a proprietary USB charging cable. So if you have like a micro USB cord that you use for charging your cell phone, it's not going to work for this. I have 1,000,001 cables, so I hate having another proprietary cable that I have to keep track of. My tip is I take on a piece of scratch paper, write down what the cord is for, and then tape that around the cord, so that way when I'm looking at this cord, I know, oh, this goes to my Tough camera. But that's just a little tip. So now, why don't I go ahead and give you guys a sample of the video quality of this camera. Now, I personally think the picture quality is better when you're taking photos than it is with video, but it takes very good video too. The one downside of video on this is that you can hear like a mechanical sound in the background. So the video itself is great, but the audio is subpar. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to switch from using my DSLR camera now to using the TG4 on a little Gorilla Pod that I have here. That way you can get a sense of what the video is like on this. Okay, so I'm now shooting using the TG4, and you can see the picture quality is actually pretty good, even for video. Now, like I said, I think the image quality of pictures is better, but this takes very, very good video quality too. And I could definitely see this being a replacement for a, what do you call them, the GoPro cameras. You could put this on your bike helmet or hook it to a backpack strap and take some gorgeous photo. Now, what you might be noticing though is the audio quality is, I hate the audio quality on this. I would not use this as a YouTubing camera because of that mechanical sound that you're hearing. It's just kind of noise pollution. But now I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my DSLR. Just want to give you guys a quick preview. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up my review. I would give this camera a 5 out of 5 star rating. Great photos. I love the fact that it shoots in RAW, and you can really beat the hell out of this thing. I've been using the TG2 for years and I've loved it, and I can guarantee you I'm going to be using the TG4 for years to come as well. I hope that you guys found this review helpful. If you did, click the like button below or subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.